entering a new decade as the world's leader in motorsports coverage presents Speed World.
Jabroni. Jabroni.
Jabroni Cup fever. Catch it. Woo! Hell yeah!
All right, welcome to race number 4 of the Jabroni Cup Series 2021 season. Getting ready to get started here at Atlanta. This is, of course, Chet McGurk in the booth here with my buddy Tad Lowdermilk. A much refreshed version of Tad Lowdermilk. Got a little more spring in his step today. Anyways, we're getting ready to start this race. It looks like Luke Halton qualifying first. Chris Everett second, Justin Parks third, Jacob Parks fourth, Chris Skeen fifth, Rusty Hughes sixth, Logan Parks seventh, Dane Parks eighth, Pete Cool ninth, and Miles Parks 10th to wrap up the top 10. You can see the rest of the qualifying positions there. We're going to get ready to get this thing going. Tad, what's your feeling for this race? Atlanta's, it's kind of a medium-sized track. Be interesting to see if we see a lot of the bumping and banging we've seen before, but we've got 3 teammates right there up front for McCorkle's Motorsports. It's going to be interesting. Chris Everett not having a very good season so far. Maybe this is where he turns it around. Off to a nice clean start here. That is some Jabroni Cup thunder coming around the racetrack. And just like that, Luke Halton drifts high. That could cost him a lot of track position there. What do you think, Tad? Yep. Logan Parks sneaking down. We've got 4 wide here. This could be catastrophe in the making. 3 wide is usually pushing it. 4 wide is usually a recipe for disaster in Jabroni Cup. These guys are out there pushing it. The front of the field has completely shuffled now. Look at that. Mayonnaise Man still hanging on, but his front row starting mates have dropped back. Logan Parks out to a lead early. Brogy had a great race, but couldn't finish it last night. So can he pull something off today? Boy, he's off to a great start.
Champion is back at it again.
Yep. How many biscuits do you think he's got stowed in there today, Tad?
At least 7.
7.
Lunch.
Solid. It is a long race, and you're going to get hungry out there. So look at that. Younger brother Luke Parks pushing up to the front too, and Stinky Bennett. This has been interesting. The field has completely shuffled right here at the jump. Jason Brown making his way up too. Very interesting. We've got some 3 wide really tight with Jason Parks slipping to the bottom of the track, making up track. Oh, we've got some contact between Mitch Merck and Pete Cool. Really interesting. These guys must have qualified well, but they got out there in traffic and have just dropped like a rock. Keep it on Jason Parks here for a minute. He is just riding that inside wave right up to the front. Little father-son action is little Luke Parks up there on the track now, kind of getting hung out. Some really interesting shuffling around here at the beginning. And boy, look at that. Back of the pack, Luke Halton having some issues with that In-N-Out Burger machine. Good gracious. Let's go take a check on that. Same for Chris Everett. He has dropped back along with his teammates Pete Cool and Jacob Parks, they have just dropped from the front to the very back. Chris Skeen also dropping back as he started strong. Rest of you's trying to find a line on these guys. Some good clean racing to start with, though. Surprising for as wide as these guys are going. Let's work our way back around. Logan just dominating. Logan Parks, defending champ. We're on lap 7 out of 66 so far, and good clean racing. There's that Skull Bandit vehicle that Jason Brown Eye is pushing to the limits in second place. Tad, what's your favorite vehicle out there? Just going by looks here. Which one do you like the best?
Probably the Bojangles.
Tasty choice, to say the least.
Because I love their chicken.
Yep. I don't know, that Skull Bandit mobile just has a classic look. It's tough to beat, and that color scheme is also pretty tough. Let's go back a little bit. Jason Parks, teammate Brian Driggers moving up. Mitch Merck in the mix too back there. Gonna be interesting to see who can stay consistent during this race. As now it seems guys are starting to settle in. A highlight here on Stinky B with EJ Lawler sneaking in underneath him. Manny's man Justin Parks riding side by side with his brother Jacob Parks. Dane Parks going 3 wide here. Get some shaky knees in this turn. Let's see if they all come out unscathed. Gotta say, this has been some pretty quality racing. Some good battles out there. Nobody getting dirty yet. I mean, the field just keeps shuffling. We're on lap 11 out of 66 already. This might be a quick race. Let's work our way back up to the front of the pack here. There's Cole Parks. Currently in 5th position. Making his way up there. Can he catch Jason Parks? He looks pretty strong right now. Let's come back up through the pack.
That is a pretty big expansion for Cole Parks.
Oh, and look, now Jason Brown leading the pack. What an impressive turn of events as the front of the pack has shuffled, almost on a constant basis here. Tad, who do you think is going to make the next run on the front? Any thoughts on that?
Probably Logan again.
Seems like we've got some spectators making their way to the booth here with concessions. Not invited in. Making some noise back there. So look at this. What a battle developing here between Jason Parks, Logan Parks, and Brian Driggers. This has been a great race so far. For being clean, it's been exciting. Now, we didn't have that last night, did we?
No, last night's race was super boring.
Kind of a snooze fest. Be the first to admit.
Yeah,
Did have a little bit of bumping and banging, but this is showing you the other side of Jabroni Cup racing where these guys just decide to keep it clean for a change. But it's been good. We've had a lot of battles, a lot of guys shifting positions. Jason Brown out front still. This is fascinating.
Jason is entering Skull's zone.
And look at that. Another Jason challenging behind. Jason Parks making up some time here. Only just a shade under a third of now, about a quarter of a second behind. Going in car here with Jason Parks. Second place, hot on the heels of Brown Eye, trying to catch up. Just a great look inside the cockpit. Pushing the limit as he's challenging Logan Parks right on his inside fender. Let's see if he can make that pass.
My thoughts are that he's probably going to pass him.
Let's hang with this. This is going to be a good battle here. Father and son. That Avengers car with the new red paint scheme this year. I gotta say, I do like it. There goes Brody diving down on the inside. They're side by side. Can he get around? Oh, it looks like going into that corner. Boy, he really got a good run on the start of that corner. Dropping back a little bit to watch Cole Parks battle Mayonnaise Man. Justin Parks. Luke's Mayonnaise Thunderbird. So here's a check-in on our leader again, Jason Brown, who is staying pretty consistent time-wise. Not really extending the lead, but he's also not losing a lot. But it looks like the rest of the pack is starting to catch up here, maybe, for these leaders. Logan Parks in second, Jason Parks in third, Cole Parks in fourth, Justin Parks in fifth, Jacob Parks in sixth. That's the comeback round. Brian Drigger staying up toward the front of the pack. Stinky B battling teammate EJ Lawler for Randolph County Racing. Quick check-in on the team stats. So far, after 3 races this season, McCorkle's Motorsports in first place with 1,654 points. Only 5 points, out ahead of the Flying Shinbies, the new team of younger drivers. And then we've got Deep Fried Racing. It's 1,634 points. So a really close top 3 with a little bit of breathing room between Deep Fried and Minimum Effort Racing. Randolph County Racing's next with Hawk Racing with the disappointing start of the season. Already about almost 300 points out of the lead. It's going to be really fascinating to see if those guys can get it together. We're still very early in the season, but you don't want to put yourself in that big of a hole this early, Tad. So look at that. Cycle back to the front of pack. Logan Parks retaking the lead. That Bojangles car. Where's that Bojangles car? Running strong today. Got that butter. Got that butter going for him. Jason Parks running in second. Justin Parks in third. It's going to be interesting to see who breaks out of the next group of racers back there. Jason Brown in front of Cole Parks and Jacob Parks. These guys are battling it out. I'm going to cycle back through and see a little bit more of the field here. Cole Parks been running strong all day. Jacob Parks trying to ease up through the pack after that horrendous start. I'll have to check in and see what happened to the rest of the guys in the front here. Front couple of rows. There's old Stinky B in 8th. Running strong for Irish Spring. Hashtag good stank mobile. EJ Lawler smoking his cigs. 9th place. Miles Parks crept into the top 10. Chris Everett, who started front row, fell back and now has recovered back up to 11th position. Baby Uke in 12th. Bad News Hughes in 13th. Pete Cool in 14th. Chris Skeen in 15th. Spider Halton making it back up through the pack after falling to almost last place in 16th. Dane Parks in 17th. Old Coach Cockerham in 18th. Audi in 19th. Daryl Parks 20th. Drew Parks 21st. Mitch Merck 22nd. JD Sides in 23rd. Wes Allen in 24th, so we've still got everybody out on the track. There's the pace car just checking in. Second.
Got 25 and 66.
Yep. Very clean race so far. I've got to say, I'm pretty impressed. We've had some great action. Not a lot of contact, and these guys are making it exciting without all the bumping and grinding. Jason Parks the second still. Oh, that's a great look at the back of the pack. The back of the leaders anyways. There's Brown Eye staying pretty consistently right behind Jason Parks. Go back. That Cole Parks out ahead. We've got Brian Driggers and Jacob Parks, 2 classy Thunderbirds, battling it out with Justin Parks peeking in just behind them. So we've seen some good racing so far. And Jason Brown again, if I'm not mistaken, he's got the fastest lap so far today, and I think he had the fastest lap in the last race. If he can just string it together, that Skull Chevy Lumina, pretty powerful. Just needs a little more consistency to stay up front. I'm going to move back a little bit and watch this battle between Justin Parks and Brian Driggers. Brian Driggers in 6th place right now. Can he fend off the Duke's Mayonnaise Thunderbird? Real spicy. Almost touched, not quite. And Cole Parks appears to be headed for the pits. Don't know if this is a scheduled pit or not. Of course, we're on lap 28 out of 66. I'm guessing we're going to start seeing some guys make their pit stops. What do you think, Tad? What do you think so far?
This race has been ridiculous so far.
So we've got Jason Parks on pit lane with Cole Parks so far. Now we're going to see some pit action here. Riding along with Logan Parks. Who's our leader before the pits started. Just a great view from his front bumper. So let's see who can make up some positions. Who's going to be the big winners or losers coming out of this first group of pit stops? Looks like Logan got out of there pretty good. We'll see his guys start to come back around, but that looked like a great pit stop for the Bojangles machine. We're on lap 30 out of 66, so it's going to be really interesting to see what happens as these guys, it looks like, they're going to have to pit one more time unless we get some cautions. If we stay green, they're going to be pitting again. So it's going to be another one of those, who's going to come in first, who's going to stay out, one of those gambles. And I wonder if anyone will try to make it the whole way. Fuel consumption can play a major part in this race, Tad.
Yep. I agree.
So right now, let's come back around. Things are going to start to settle back in, but our leader at the moment is Rusty Hughes. And that Coors Light Silver Bullet Ford Thunderbird. Looks like he's getting ready to take his pit stop. Possibly? Maybe he did already pit. I didn't get a chance. I didn't get a good look down pit lane during that last group. Almost contact between Rusty Hughes and Chris Skeen. Those guys are teammates. You don't want to see that happen if you're the team owner. Watching from the pits, you got to tell your guys, hey, give them some space, your teammates. So right now we're starting to see the positions start to settle back in. Work our way back to the front with Jason Parks, the new leader. Again, we're on lap 33, so we are halfway through the race and haven't had a single yellow flag. So that's pretty impressive. Can these guys keep it up? Tad, your thoughts? You think they're going to keep it clean, or we're going to see maybe a little bumping and grinding?
Probably a little bumpy.
Yeah, I think it's going to depend on if they get bunched up again. It's going to take, maybe if there's one small incident, if two guys get together, it's just going to take one caution flag to get everybody back together. And if we get a caution flag and we get a restart with everyone together, the fireworks could be on. We'll see. Right now, Jason Parks out ahead of Logan Parks with Jason Brown wrapping up the top three. So Hawk Racing, this is exactly what they wanted to see as a team. They're hurting right now, and Jason Parks off to a weak start to the season, but this could be just what the doctor ordered to jumpstart his season. So now Cole Parks has moved into third, with Jason Brown and Miles Parks challenging. Good three-way battle going on here. Of course, as soon as I said that, Miles Parks, some sort of issue, drops back. It's just how quick your luck can change here in the Jabroni Cup. 6th place, Brian Driggers. 7th place, Jacob Parks. Watching Mitch Merck and Josh Bennett. Josh Bennett right on his tail end. Let's see if he can make the pass. Pretty much if you get inside, you're going to make it. And he does. Can he hold it? Got a nice run coming out of that turn.
Oldsmobile versus Lumina.
Yep.
Lumina smokes Oldsmobile.
Yeah, I'll have to check the numbers. I believe, obviously, we have the most Fords out here of any other manufacturer, but I know that Minimum Effort Racing, that is an Oldsmobile team. But we've got some mixes out there, some Chevys on some teams, and some other makers, but I'll have to check the numbers after the race and see how many manufacturers for each team. Anyways, Mitch Merck, 9th position. I'm going to move back up here to the front and see what's going on. Jason Parks still running in first, but Logan Parks closing that gap, getting ready to challenge. He's looking at about a third of a second separating the two. We'll keep an eye on the splits and see if Logan's making up time. Just like that, he is closing. He is closing that gap. Knocking on the door, eh, Tad?
Yep. Let me in.
Although, you know, these two guys battling could slow him down enough for Jason Brown to make another move. He's back there. He's lurking. He can't quite challenge yet, but Logan Parks pulling up beside Jason Parks. And he's got him, folks. Not only that, that's helped Jason Brown close that gap also. He could take advantage of those slippies and squeeze right around. Let's see. This is a great battle here at the very front of the pack. We've got two vets and a rookie just battling here. With Logan Parks being on the newly formed Flying Shimbies race team, Jason Brown representing Randolph County Racing, and Jason Parks representing Hawk Racing. Last year, Jason and Logan teammates on the Biscuit Boys, but we've had kind of reshuffling along with an expansion of the field this season, eh, Tad?
Yeah.
Back and forth Cole Parks. And 5th Miles Parks. Be interesting to see how his season pans out after last year's disappointment. Brian Driggers in 6th. Jacob Parks in 7th. Let's get to our chase camera and cycle back through and check on some of the other drivers out there. We're on lap 44 out of 66. Again, some really nice racing action today. These guys have actually been under control, and that's kind of usually not the norm. Chris Dean in 10th. Rusty Hughes in 11th. Getting some action back here. Pete Cool getting ready to get railroaded, possibly. I believe if Luke Parks will tuck in behind E.J. Lawler, they could. He doesn't. I'm not sure why he didn't choose to stay with E.J. Lawler, who just shot past Pete Cool. That nut cuts. Looks like he's gonna not be able to fend off Luke. Maybe Luke with the overtake. You see Coach Cam back there trying to catch up to these guys. Not gonna stand. So pretty interesting pack back, little grouping back here. We've got Drew Parks in 16th. Parks in 17th. And just like that, loose track passing around the pace car. So Audi in 18th. Chris Everett in 20th. Well, catch up, these guys are battling for positions in the back. And Luke Halton, last place right now. Seems to be all or nothing for the In-N-Out mobile. He's either at the front or struggling towards the rear. Nothing but empty track out in front of them as they go inside the in and out burger machine. Lonely at the back sometimes, eh, Tad?
Yep. Probably eating some
May affect the grip on the steering wheel when you get all that steakum juice on you.
Yep, and grease.
So anyways, back up here at the front, Jason Brown has taken the lead. So we're at lap 49 out of 66 already. It's going to be really interesting what happens with pit strategy because these three guys, you know, if they can stay out ahead, we could have an entertaining battle to the finish here. Really enjoying this pulled out view so we can see what's going on. It looks like Jason Park's slowing down a little bit. So our front of the field looks pretty settled, other than those top three could end up shuffling around a little bit. But like I said, it's all going to depend on what happens on pit lane, as they'll have to pit one more time before the race finishes. We've had an exceptionally clean race today, Tad.
Yep.
But an exciting race. Watching Rusty Hughes get a couple of laps in here with that Coors Light 4 Thunderbird. And we're back here in 18th with David Baird in the Audi's place. Chevy Lumina with Chris Everett right on his tail. Dane Parks following behind in 20th. JD sides in 21st. Justin Parks dropped back to 22nd. Boy, it seems like last time we checked in on him, he was right there around the 10th spot. Disappointing day if he can't make up some more ground here as we approach the last part of this race. Wes Allen in 23rd. Again, Luke Halton, last place. Wonder if there's some issues, some mechanical issues in there, just making sure they finish the race and get those crucial points.
Yep.
Last thing you want is to not be able to finish a race. You don't want that DNF. Right now, Logan Park's getting right up in Jason Brown's business. We'll stick up here at the front. This looks like this is going to be really the only source of fireworks as we finish the race. But hey, if you're going to have some guys out there challenging each other, that's exactly where you want it, Tad. Right there at the front of the pack. A high-stakes game of who can stay in the lead, Tad.
Yep.
Just like that. Looks like Jason Brown may have made a little bit of a mistake there. That's all it took for Logan Parks to capitalize and get on the inside. It's just going to be a matter of time now before he can get around him, I think.
Me too.
And you know, when it goes without saying, when you got two guys up front battling, and then, you've got the third member of that little breakaway group, it just benefits the guy in third. The more time you spend side by side, he gets a chance to make up a little bit of ground.
Just like that, Logan Parks passes the Skull Bandit.
He does, but right now it looks like Jason Brown taking advantage of those slippies hanging right on his tail. This is good stuff, folks. This is what we are here for. Watch these guys battle it out. We're on lap 56 out of 66, so there's still time left. Going to be really interesting to see. It's going to be a shame. I'm going to say right now, Tad, it's going to be a shame if we don't get to see these guys battle it out for first, second, third with the show they've put on today.
Mm-hmm.
This has been a great group up front, constantly battling, just dueling up there, grinding it out. Ooh, look at that, Logan Parks. Although these guys are slowing up. Here we go. We've got some pit action. Logan Parks deciding to stay out. Could that hurt? Could that hurt his chances on winning this race? Only time will tell. This is high drama, Tad. High drama here. Ooh, some contact between Jason Parks and Jason Brown on pit row.
Haven't seen that before.
I wonder if the Jabroni Cup leadership will take a look at that. But they're pretty lax about punishing anybody for anything, and that's part of the benefit of just having a white knuckle experience out there. So Jason Brown, just a splash of gas and right back out. Looks like he's going to come out with the lead once the second group of racers decide to come into the pits. Lap 58 out of 66. We're getting to crunch time, and we're going to see what happens if he can maintain, because, you know, I think he's got the advantage pitting early. We'll see what happens with Logan Parks when he comes into pit. Although lap traffic, this is going to be a fascinating ending here, folks. Really fascinating. We're gonna stay with Jason Brown. See what happens. Actually, we might go back and see if we can find Logan Parks.
Position 8.
So let's see. He was really inside. I don't know if he was coming out of the pits or not. I don't think he's pitted yet, but we'll see what happens. Right now, our official leader is Chris Everett, but this is going to change as guys cross the start-finish line and more people are going in and out of the pits. We will check in with him. He's probably on pit row.
6 laps to go.
Luke Halton, meanwhile, still in last place. I'm not sure what's going on there. Maybe he pit previously and is trying to stay out there. Trying to cycle back through and find Chris Everett, who's our current leader, according to the Statron 6000. We're all shuffled up here, folks. I am not sure why we have not come across his vehicle yet. There it is. Oh, and just as soon as we find him, he's coming in. Or is he coming back out? No, coming back out from the pits. So we will wait here as our stats update. Checking in with some of our fan messages, but right now Jason Brown has resumed that lead. Let's get right back to the front of the pack.
3 laps to go.
3 laps to go. Jason Brown out front. Logan Parks in second. Cole Parks masterfully has climbed up to third. This is going to be fascinating. He's already challenging Logan.
Jason Brown Eye in first.
Good old Brown Eye. Oh, side by side with the cousins. Friends off the track. Heated rivals on the track, if you ask me, Ted.
Yep.
And he's gotten around him. This is going to be good, folks. We are closing in on the finish of this race. Lap 64 out of 66. I don't think anybody's going to catch that Skull Bandit Chevy Lumina of Jason Brown. It's just too strong. Looks like he's got it locked in. It's going to be real fascinating to see if Logan can make another run, although he's got to fend off his dad, Jason Parks, right on the tail end of Logan Parks. And he snuck inside. It looks like he's got him. Can Logan fight him off? We're getting ready to hit the white flag here in just a second, folks. Logan drifting to the outside. That's going to cost him. Now, can he hold off? It doesn't look like Miles Parks has got a good enough of a run to catch him. Let's scoot up a little bit. There's pace car again.
1 lap to go.
So Jason Brown, looks like he's going to ride this out. We're on the last lap here. I don't think anybody's catching him. Looks like our front of the pack is pretty settled. Not sure that we have anybody battling right now. Although Chris Skeen trying to get that last pass on EJ Lawler for 9th place. Got that inside position. He's got him, folks. Just drifting back through here. We'll check our official stats once the race ends. Pace car again. Justin Parks in the mayonnaise machine finished 21st. Disappointing day. Drew Parks 22nd. Jason Brown, the rookie. This is the second rookie to win a race already, Tad. Pretty crazy. Think about that. We've had J.D. Sides win the opener, but now Jason Brown.
Pretty surprising, folks.
Very strong performance here at Atlanta today. Very strong. This is gonna be really interesting to see. Gonna bring up our official results already. Cole Parks riding that wave all the way up to second place. It's a great finish. Same for Jason Parks, third place after having a pretty lackluster start of the season. This could be what turns his season around, Tad. It's going to be really fascinating to see what happens next week.
Yep.
Miles Parks in fifth. I skipped Logan Parks, fourth place. Up in front for such a long time. But that last series of pit stops, he just came out a little bit late. Let's see who else we got here. Brian Driggers in sixth, another impressive rookie finish. Jacob Parks in seventh. Cam Cockerham making his way back up through the pack to finish eighth. Chris Skeen in ninth. E.J. Lawler in 10th. So, pretty good race here today. I've got to say, I was very impressed with the quality of the race. I think right now the biggest disappointment out there has to be Spider. Starting up front, dropping all the way to the back. Just finished 23rd out of 24 cars. That's not what you want to see if you want to have a championship season.
Yeah, that is pretty disappointing. Jason Brown takes the win.
So here we go, folks. There's a look at the point standings. After 4 races, Jacob Parks still holding on to that lead, but Jason Brown, second place, closing in fast, only a 55-point difference there. Logan Parks in third. Miles Parks in fourth, Chris Skeen in fifth, Luke Parks in sixth, Luke Halton in seventh, E.J. Lawler in eighth, J.D. Sides in ninth, and Cole Parks rounds out the top 10 in the drivers' point standings. So, I gotta say, that was a pretty good race, Tad.
Yep.
Much better after last night. Any final thoughts for the fans at home?
That was an awesome race.
I will agree. That was great. Great stuff here with Jabroni Cup Racing. So we will go back to our normal schedule Wednesday evening race next week, number 5. See what happens, and we'll get you an update on the point standings and go from there. Final words, Tad.
Goodbye, folks.
There we go. Never a shy guy. Never one to haste words. My partner in crime, Tad Lowdermilk. This is Chet McGurk signing off for the Jabroni Cup Series Championship Racing. Have a good one.